Welcome to the Royal Calcutta Turf Club Calcutta Races Monsoon meeting 5th day Thursday 26 October 2023 race preview for the Derby Day. First race of the afternoon is the Bet 7 Win Your Luck handicap for horses rated 1 to 26 to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. First runner we are looking at is Extravagant Star, air support out of African Sky, ridden by Kuldeep Singh, trained by Rutherford Alford. Couple of starts for Extravagant Star in this season. First up in race number 4, it finished on 4th behind Dance Along. In his next start in race number 9, the one we are looking at, it went over 1200 meters, was in forward position into the last 200, then was overhauled by UV and eventually finished on 3rd. Number 2 is Jinsuku, who's had 3 starts in this short season. First up in race number 1, it finished on 5th behind Lion Queen, then it finished on 5th again behind Jawai in race number 8. The run we are looking at is from race number 19, where it was in 2nd spot as they entered the home straight, as you can see in the great jacket. Then when came under pressure, eventually dropped back and finished on 3rd. Of 4 runners, the winner here was Dragon's Gold. 3 is Almaraz. Almaraz is having its first start in the monsoon season so far. The run we are looking at is from the winter season in race number 135, where it was in 6th spot as they entered the home straight. Was running a little green as they entered the last 200 meters, was veering towards the inside. The jockey tried to get a grip and eventually all it could do was finish on 6th of 7 runners. The winner here was Sweet Legacy. Number 5 is Sea Dragon. Couple of starts for Sea Dragon in this season. Was a winner in the winter season in race number 119. Over here in the season, it started off with in 4th in race number 1. In this race, it was in a forward position as they entered the last 200 meters, then tried to battle out, but all it could do was finish on 2nd. The winner here was Rocket Man, who won that race by a widening margin of 6 1/4 lengths. Number 6 is Ticker. This is from race number 13, where Ticker was a little slowly out and then was brushed up, took over the running as they entered the home straight. Was looking good for a while, then Thalame came up with a run down the center and took charge, and all Ticker could do was finish on 3rd of 6 runners. The winner here was Thalame. Moving on to the second race of the afternoon, the Bet 7 Sprint handicap for horses rated 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46, eligible to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. We got 4 runners going to post for this one. The first runner we're looking at is number 1, Long Lease. This is from the Calcutta Fillies Trial Stakes, where Long Lease was in 3rd spot as they entered the home straight, then came up with a run and eventually finished on 2nd. The winner here was Galacticus. Long Lease has earlier won 3 of his 4 starts before it started in this race. Number 2 is Rodrigo. Rodrigo had a start after moving base from Western India in race number 15, where it went on a start to finish mission. Was in forward position as they entered the last 200 meters, then tried to battle on but eventually could only finish on 4th. The winner here was Jaw Lafayette, who came up with the wide outset, took charge and won that race by length and 3/4. Number 3 is Celtic Harlequin, earlier known as Agostini Karachi. Has had a couple of mock races in this monsoon season. This run we are looking at from the winter season, where in race number 159, it was in 8th spot as they entered the home straight, came up wide of the track, then eventually finished on 7th. The winner here was Savvy Chick, who won that race by 2 1/4 lengths. Number 4 is Indian Tiger. Couple of starts for Indian Tiger in this season. First up in race number 12, it finished on 5th behind Good Tip over 1100 meters. Again, it traversed over 1100 meters in race number 23, where it was in a forward position as they entered the home straight, then into the last 200 meters. Tried to battle on, but in a bunch finish, finished on 6th of 7 runners. The winner here was Mescal. Moving on to the third race of the afternoon, the Bet 7 Live Sports Gaming Handicap for horses rated 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46, eligible to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. The first runner we are looking at is Mandolin. This start is from the monsoon season in race number 7, where Mandolin was in second spot as they entered the home straight. Tried to make a race out of it, but all it could do was finish on second. Rimmel, who was the runaway leader, won that race eventually by 4 lengths, and Mandolin finished on second. Number 2 is Horus the Great ex Pisa. This start is from race number 15, where Horus the Great was in 4th spot as they entered the home straight, then came up with a run and eventually finished on second. The winner here was Jean Lafette, who came up with a late dash and took charge, won that race. Number 3 is Burmese Multi-Dimensional Lord of Skylight Express, the mount of Suraj Naidu. Burmese in race number 22, which was his first start in the Calcutta track. It was in second spot as they entered the home straight. Soon Suraj gave it the cue and took charge and then ran away from the field. All Tender Heart could do was finish on second. 5 1/4 lengths was the distance between Burmese and Tender Heart. Number 4 is Jawai. Jawai started in race number 8 and this season was in second spot. Then Sun started to show out and won that race by beating Sweet Lady. Jawai is top class out of Kabini, the mount of P. Trevor. Number 5 is Amalfitana. This run we are looking at is from the Hyderabad season in race number 107, where Amalfitana was a winner. Went on a start to finish mission, was drifting out slightly off a straight course, but eventually won that race by 4 1/4 lengths. Today ridden by Rupal Singh. Number 6 is Great Giver. This run is from the Hyderabad monsoon season in race number 118, where Great Giver was in forward position as they entered the last 300 meters. Then tried to fight on, but all Great Giver could do was finish on second. The winner here was Maverick, who won that race by a widening margin. We move on to the 4th race of the afternoon, the Bet Break 7 5.5 handicap for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. First up, we got a couple of runners we're looking at. Number 1, Whistleblower. Number 3, East Side. This was in race number 15, where Whistleblower was in 5th spot as they entered the home straight. When asked for an effort, didn't have much to offer, fell back and finished on 6th. Number 3, East Side, was the winner in race number 11. Its earlier start, where it beat Lord Lucifer. Over here, East Side was traveling in 6th spot and beat one home and eventually finished on 5th. The winner was Jean Lafette. Number 2 is Happy Soul. This is his first start after coming down from Hyderabad in race number 23, where Happy Soul was in 3rd spot, then came up with a run down the center. But the winner, Mescal, came up with an even faster run on the outside and took charge, and all Happy Soul could do was finish on a credible 3rd behind Mescal. Number 4 is Impermanence. This was in race number 6 in the current season, where Impermanence was in 2nd spot as they entered the home straight, then tried to kick on, but then was a little flat-footed and eventually finished on 4th. Would definitely come out from this run. The winner here was Good Tip. Number 5 is Lord Lucifer. Couple of starts for Lord Lucifer. First up in race number 6, it finished on 5th behind Good Tip. In race number 11, the one we are looking at, it was in a forward position as they entered the last 200 meters. Then there was a late charge by each side. They got into a ding-dong battle for a few strides, but each side was always traveling a wee bit better, and Lord Lucifer could only finish second. Couple of runners we are looking at. Number 6, Sporting Trainer. Number 9, Asterisk. Sporting Trainer already has had 3 stars. First up in race number 6, it finished on 6th. Then in race number 11, it finished on 4th. Then this start, it was travelling in 4th for most while. Then it came out and finished on 3rd. Asterisk, who had only started in this season in race number 21, was in 2nd spot. Then gave up into the last 250 meters and eventually dropped back to 2nd last. The winner here was Nautica. Number 7, Dance Along. Dance Along had a win in race number 4 where it got the measure of Tropical Lady. Then it had a start in the Phillies Trial Stakes where Dance Along was in 2nd spot as they entered the home straight. But then there was not much left in the tank into the last 200 meters, and all Dance Along could do was finish on 4th of 4th runners. The winner here was Galacticus. Number 8 is Italian Gold. Is first starter for Italian Gold now in the monsoon season. This one we are looking at is from the winter season in race number 154 where it was in 3rd spot as they entered the home straight, as you can see, in a clustered finish, and eventually finished on 4th. The winner here was Trebia, who won that race by half a length. We move on to the 5th race of the afternoon, the Betbrick 7 online handicap for horses rated 61 to 86, rated 41 to 866, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. First runner we are looking at is number 1, Hidden Gold, who's already had 3 stars in this season. Its best start was in race number 14 where it finished on 3rd behind True Marshall. In this race it went on a start to finish mission, but into the last 200 meters threw in the towel and eventually finished on 5th of 8 runners. The winner here was Stockbridge, who was rather impressive. Number 2 is Moselle, Rodrigo Connor out of Equine Lover. This is his first start now on the Calcutta track. This run we are looking at is from the Hyderabad season in race number 131 where it was in 2nd spot as they entered the home straight, as you can see towards the inside, in the red and white jacket. Eventually fell back and finished on 2nd last. The winner here was Ashoka. Number 3 is Basharat. Couple of starts for Basharat in this season. Has a habit of getting out slowly out of the gates, then coming up with a big run and the fag end of the race. This was no different in race number 14. It was in 2nd spot in the home straight as they entered. Then came up with a run, but all it could do was bring down the margin to True Marshall and finished on 2nd. Number 4 is 1000 Words. It's having its first start in the monsoon season. This one we are looking at is from the winter season in race number 159 where 1000 Words went on a forward position into the home straight, was in 2nd spot, then started to gradually drop back through the field and eventually finished on 8th of 10 runners. The winner here was Savvy Chick. Number 5 is Dr. Doom. Has had a couple of starts. First up in race number 3, it finished on 9th behind Galacticus. In the next start, it was in 2nd spot as they entered the home straight. This was in race number 23. Then came up with a run and looked threatening for a while, but Mescal, who came up with a late dash, there was no answer for Mescal's turn of foot, and Dr. Doom could do next best thing, was finish on 2nd. Couple of runners we are looking at. This is from the Hyderabad season. Silver Rita and Maktub, they raced together in race number 99. Silver Rita was in a forward position into the last 200 meters and started to gradually drop back and eventually finished on 9th of 11 runners. Number 8 Maktub, who was in 6th spot, eventually dropped back to 7th and finished on there. The winner here was Ashwa Morocco. Number 7 is Good Tip, is looking to extend the winning run to 4 this time. Has already won a couple of times in Calcutta and one start it had in Bangalore. It finished off in a win. This was in race number 12 where it was in 2nd spot, then took charge and started to really show out and won that race by a widening margin of 5 lengths, beating Jolafet into 2nd. 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 2 We move on to the sixth race of the afternoon, the Bed Bricks 7 Calcutta Monsoon Cup. For horses 4-year-old and over to be run over a distance of 2000 meters. We got 4 runners going to post for this one. The first runner is A Star Is Born. The run we are looking at is from Mysore in race number 55, where it was in 4th spot as they entered the home straight. Then tried to come up down the center, and all it could do was finish on 3rd. The winner here was Ivaldo, who won that race by 3/4 of a length. Number 2 is 3rd Avenue, Ampere out of Avant-Garde. 3rd Avenue, what a season it had in the Bangalore summer. A couple of wins in race number 78, where it went over 1800 meters and won, beating Rashpurin. The run we are looking at is from race number 160, where it was in 3rd spot into the home straight, then took charge and won that race by 3.5 lengths, beating La Reina. Number 3, Siege Perilous, who's had a couple of starts already in the Calcutta Monsoon season. First up in race number 5, it finished on 5th behind Delphine. In race number 24, it was in 7th spot as they entered the home straight, improved the position and eventually finished on 6th of 8 runners. The winner here was Stockbridge, who absolutely went away from them. Number 4 is Acrobat. This one is his first start on the Calcutta Monsoon track in race number 25 after winning back-to-back races in Hyderabad. Acrobat was in 2nd spot and kept on chasing Sonata all the way down the winning straight, and all it could do was bring down the margin to about 2.25 lengths, and Acrobat finished on 2nd. We move on to the big one, the Bed Bricks 7 Calcutta Monsoon Derby 2023 Grade 2. For Indian horses 3-year-old only to be run over a distance of 2000 meters. This is the 7th race in today's card. 3 runners we look at. This is from the Coles Trial Stakes. We had 10, who was in a forward position, then started to drop back and eventually finished on 5th. Power Racer, who was racing in 3rd spot, also dropped back and eventually finished on 4th. But the thriller came from Clifford, who came up late and eventually won that race by a long neck. And Clifford today ridden by S. Zerwan, Power Racer by Vinay Jaiswal, and 10 by S. Saklane. Number 2 is Destroyer. Destroyer had earlier finished on 3rd in the Bangalore Summer Derby behind Jamari. This one we are looking at is from the Coles Trial Stakes in Hyderabad, where Destroyer was in 3rd spot, tried to make a race out of it but could only finish on 4th. The winner here was Huntington. Number 4 is Ramiel. This one we are looking at from the Hyderabad season in race number 68, where it went over 2000 meters. Ramiel was in 3rd spot as they entered the home straight. Tried to come up with a run, but all it could do was finish on 5th of 10 runners. The winner here was Truth, who was another runner in this race. And finally, number 6, Truth. Truth won back-to-back races over 1600 meters and 2000 meters, then was pitted into the Derby, where it was in 5th spot as they entered the home straight and eventually came out and did the next best thing to Synthesis and finish on 2nd, almost 11 lengths behind the winner. That's your lineup for the Derby. We moved on to the 8th and last race of the day, the Bet Brick 7 Mile Handicap for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. The first runner we're looking at is Time. Time had a couple of starts in the Bangalore summer season. First up, it finished on 2nd, then race number 72, and this start it was installed the favourite, but it was in 4th spot as they entered the home straight. Started to gradually drop back and eventually finished on 8th of 14 runners. The winner here was King of War. Number 2 is Ghost, who's had 3 starts in this season. First up, it finished on 4th in race number 2, then it again finished on 4th in race number 8. In the start in race number 8, it was in 4th spot, came up with a run, eventually finished on 2nd. The winner here was Dragon's Gold. Number 3 is Swift Lady. Only start for Swift Lady so far in this season was in race number 8, where it went over 1400 meters, was in 3rd spot, came up with a run down the center and eventually finished on 2nd. The winner here was Jawai. Couple of runners we are looking at. Number 4, Tender Heart, who's had 3 starts so far in this season. First up, it finished on 5th in race number 2. Then again, it finished on 5th in race number 11. In this race, it finished on 2nd. The winner here was Burmese. And number 8 was the Spacecraft, who was having his first start after coming down from southern India. Was in 5th spot, stayed on in 5th, about 9 lengths from the winner. Number 5 is Veneno. The start we are looking at from the Hyderabad monsoon season in race number 110, where it came up with a very late run, was in second last spot as they ended the home straight, then came up and finished on 3rd. The winner here was Stunning Art. Number 6 is Thalame. Thalame, the start was from the current season in race number 13, where it was in 3rd spot, then into the home straight, took charge and won that race very comfortably, beating Reagan into 2nd. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you at the races.